Live from the Glass Lewis Proxy Advisory Think Tank, where all meetings are scheduled for 7 seconds or less.
Oh.
It's an all-new, terrific Tuesday edition of Business Pants, joined as always by analyst Hull Matt Moscardi. Yeah, and today's ESG skeptic windbreaker called March 12th, 2024, BIZ Nuggets!
Yeah, there's the energy. It's like the whole thing is like a build-up. It's a build-up.
I know. Our show today is being sponsored by FreeFlow Analytics, the only ESG data platform to measure real board influence and diversity power gaps. Come on.
Yeah, you know.
Does more than that, but
if you want that data for free, just please call us. Then we'll negotiate. How's that for a sales pitch?
I don't know. Ready for this? Ready for some jokes? Want to hear some jokes?
It depends.
Okay.
How depressed you are telling them.
I'll tell you this. I have two sections today. First section's an all Boeing section.
Oh, I don't know if I like that.
And the second section is an all AI Sam Altman section.
I hate everything you just said.
Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
Come on, I got a lot of them. In our... What was the classic joke again? Gun to your head. Would you rather fly in a Boeing jet or in an Airbus jet where the pilots are both asleep? Headline of the week. A plane flew for 28 minutes with both pilots asleep. But, Matt, that was an Airbus. So, again, which would you choose? The Airbus?
I would 100% Airbus.
Okay, because it didn't crash. Nothing happened.
Well, I mean, the chances that, like, the side of the plane would fall off and you'd want the pilots to be awake are less on an Airbus. That's all I'm saying.
We haven't heard a lot of Airbus
math.
problems.
It's just
saying.
math. Yeah.
In our CEO, Dave Calhoun, was overheard rocking himself to sleep, repeating... What about the other fucking 56? What about the other fucking 56? Headline of the week. Boeing failed 33 out of 89 audits during FAA examination. Wow.
33.
That's considerable. If they had said 6, I would have been like, oh my God, that's terrible.
I mean, 56 out of 89 is a 63%. That's a D
fail.
minus. That's a D minus. It's
Where
not
I
a
went
fail.
to high school, that was an F.
It's a D minus.
Okay.
They're still graduating. That's all.
And our CEO, Dave Calhoun, was overheard rocking himself to sleep, repeating, what about the 3 other fucking tires? What about the 3 other fucking tires? Headline of the week. See the moment a United Airlines Boeing 777 loses a tire just after takeoff.
Look, there are 4 tires. He's at 75% now. He's passing at a C grade.
Actually, I might have gotten that joke wrong. Maybe there's only 3 tires. I don't know. How does it work? There's like one up front. I don't know what's going on.
I saw the video. I think there's like, it's one of those like mega tire.
Okay.
Like 4 tires in one thing.
Whatever.
So
You get the joke though, right?
I got it.
There were other tires that didn't fail.
What I get is that he got a C on that grade. That's what I get.
In our CEO, Dave Calhoun, was overheard rocking himself to sleep, repeating, I told them to use fucking Palmolive. I told them to use fucking Palmolive. Headline of the week. The FAA found staff at Boeing's supplier using liquid Dawn soap as lubricant for a 737 MAX door seal.
Wow.
Dawn's not even the good stuff. It's like mid-grade dish soap. It's not 7th generation.
It's not organic.
Right?
It doesn't have real
just
lemon.
Like it's good.
In it.
It's not Palmolive, but it's better than Ajax.
I mean, really, the question is, who do you want to lubricate your door seals? Do you want Colgate Palmolive or Procter and Gamble?
I want the entire Boeing board there lubricating.
I want them lubricated in Dawn soap.
In our Where Did You Last See It? Headline of the week. Boeing tells Senator it can't find work record for door panel that blew out on Alaska Airlines flight, quote, "We have looked extensively," end quote.
I mean, what is extensively? Like these everything goes into a computer. So like, don't you just search for the word door panel?
Control F door panel, yeah.
I mean, it can't be that hard.
The Boeing board said, "Don't ask me, I'm independent." Headline of the week. Boeing whistleblower who warned of aircraft safety flaws found dead.
Oh, I don't like that. That doesn't seem
There's
funny.
a big story here that I know that we shouldn't just gloss over. We'll probably cover this on Friday.
I think we'll cover this, but yes, this is not a happy story.
No. And finally, in my Boeing section, I'm gonna end on this dud of a joke. This is a terrible joke, but I don't care.
I like that it's your ender.
In our, I told you to say, so big they can fit 8 Airbus A320s, you dummy, headline of the week. Oracle said its data centers are getting so big they can fit 8 Boeing 747s.
Oh. Well, actually, no.
I wedged that joke in there.
No, but Oracle is you're wrong, and Oracle is correct, because these Boeing planes have been grounded and likely are parked in the data center.
Wait a minute, but I was thinking about this. First of all, why would you use Boeing in any way to like self-congratulate what you're doing? And B, how are they, if there's all your equipment in there, how are you fitting in 747? I don't know. What's he talking about?
I don't know. They're just I think they're
ludicrous, dumb CEO math.
I think they're using panel-less, tire-less planes as a unit of measure. That's all.
Okay. All right. What do you got? Take over for a while.
All right. How about these for duds? I promised 10 full duds in 2 segments today. First up, in our resources include willingness, desire, caring, wanting to, and come on. Headline of the week. Blackrock stewardship head warns of resource constraints for engagements.
I saw this. I couldn't get through the paywall in this article. Who is he warning? What is he talking about? I'm assuming it's a he. Sorry, she.
No, she is warning that despite having a team of 65 analysts.
65 analysts. That's kind of what we have here, yeah.
They don't have enough resources to actually do engagements with the companies that they own.
Hey, I could help them speed up the process. We have to scale performance data on companies covering how many on directors covering how many 9,000 equities.
Yeah, we've talked to BlackRock about our data, and one way you might be able to increase the effectiveness of your engagements is 99% of the votes that you do are for directors, and you have no data on them. So what we've offered is data on 220,000 directors at 9,500 companies all over the world. And what institutional investors everywhere are saying is we don't actually care. That's what they're saying.
Well, they have resource constraints, and maybe that's why they can't afford free flow data.
That's correct. So that's all the resource constraints.
I still don't really know what she's warning about. Like, who is she warning? I just don't really understand the premise here.
I guess she's
saying
warning.
We're not really going to do anything, so just don't get your hopes up.
She's warning their clients that they won't be able to talk to any companies, and simultaneously warning the companies that they can go out and pop champagne because they're just not going to have to talk to BlackRock.
The resources, the constraints are. This is the resources that are allocated to the stewardship team, right? Because we know that BlackRock has plenty of dough.
Yeah, apparently just the stewardship team does not. Look,
okay, even though they have 65 analysts.
Engagements and votes and proxies are considered a cost center. So resource constraints.
This sounds like a dog whistle to the right, saying like, "Don't worry, we're not doing anything this year," even though they haven't been doing anything for several years.
Wow, I like that read.
Yeah.
In our a fart in the church of sustainable investing? No? Okay, how about a door plug in the Boeing plane of ESG? Okay, how about a resource constraint to engagement? Headline of the week, the anti-ESG lobby, a speed bump on the road to sustainable investment, not a roadblock.
Okay. Tell me about that one.
I just like the editors thinking
like the
through,
metaphors and
like
the-
the metaphors that could have been there.
Yeah,
Speed bump on the road to sustainable investment.
I actually think I prefer a roadblock because you can usually navigate around a roadblock, but the speed bumps annoy me because you got to slow down, and I have an old car, so it's like it's bumpy and I hit my head. I hate a speed bump.
I like a fart in the church of sustainable investing.
I don't like that at all. What else you got? Come on.
In our Norfolk Southern announces Sir Dr. Christopher Jones Esquire as Knight Templar in charge of toxic cleanup, given his recent completion of the SUNY Purchase Online class So You Spilled Your Chemicals, and knighthood by the Freemasons of Troy, Ohio this year. Headline of the week: the governance data that can impress investors and why.
What's that about?
There's a whole story about the
Yep.
data that governance data that should impress investors.
Uh-huh.
And it includes all the governance data they currently have, but nothing about the directors themselves and how they actually. It says you should consider their skills.
Yeah.
But
What, they have that data? They have the data of their skill sets?
No. But we do. We
Yeah.
have
I
that.
actually. By the way, you left something out. I heard that Dr. Chris Jones, the new safety committee chair at Norfolk Southern, I heard he's also been elected emperor of 8 galaxies.
Really? Only
Yeah.
8? I like the idea that he was knighted also in the last
Well,
year.
that's nothing. Yeah.
In our Norfolk Southern claimed the cost of the spill was a headwind on the road to casual indifference, but the spill would be paid for with funds from the Sir Dr. Christopher Jones Scholarship Fund for resource constraints. Headline of the week. You see what I'm doing here? You
Yeah.
see what I'm doing? I'm going a lot of callbacks. You
Yeah.
see that? Norfolk Southern has to pay for cleanup of fiery Ohio train derailment all by itself. Federal judge rules.
Oh.
I was wondering
Who else would pitch in for that?
like they were gonna do like
Yeah.
a GoFundMe,
or like Doug down the road.
I don't get it. I don't know who they
Hey
were
Doug,
asking.
can you got $50
Come
million?
on, Doug. And then finally, for my first segment, the dogs, however, have a keen smell for bullshit and are currently monitoring Norfolk Southern's board on a full-time basis. Headline of the week: Ohio's legalization of marijuana is putting nearly 400 police dogs out of work who can't unlearn the smell of weed.
Oh,
I
it's
feel
just
happy
maybe
sad.
Blackrock can use some of those dogs too. Because if you smoke a little weed before you do your engagement, maybe it'll help spice things up a little bit.
Do you think actually, would you vote for management more or less when you're stoned?
What I want to know too is like you're warning of resource constraints, but aren't they your resources? Like I just don't understand what she's talking about.
I don't know. They could take some of the money they're getting for the Bitcoin expense ratio in the ETF they launched and maybe do it less resource constraints.
All right, come on, let's get back at it. Sam Altman, that's my next subject. Sam Altman.
I have him in my next thing too.
We fired the women on the board that tried to fire you and then replaced them with 3 other women who hopefully you like better. Is there anything else you need? Another brown sugar oat milk cappuccino? Headline of the week. OpenAI has full confidence in CEO Sam Altman after investigation reveals he was fired as a consequence of a breakdown in the relationship and loss of trust between him and the prior board.
Yeah, well, they have confidence in him now.
So they're saying, "Oh, it's fine. Like whatever." We fired them, the people who were hired to oversee you. So there's nothing to see here.
I like that the investigation says the board lost confidence in you, but it's all fine now because the board doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, because that board's gone. The new board that you like is here.
And the board you chose is here, and they didn't
This is the
lose
craziest,
confidence in you.
stupidest. I'm really, I gotta say, I give you no credit, Wilmer Hale. I think that was the law firm that conducted this investigation. That's just terrible.
Yeah, it's real. It's not great.
Yeah.
It's not great governance.
Does anybody know how to fire Spain? Is Spain a woman? Headline of the week?
Could be, actually, yeah.
Spain tells Sam Altman in WorldCoin to shut down its eyeball scanning orbs.
Oh.
Now, can he fire Spain? 'Cause
Well, I will.
They
I
don't
do
agree
know
with Sam.
Spain is not getting a board seat. That I do know.
In our Does Anybody Know How to Fire the State Department?
Ooh.
Is the State Department a woman? Whatever. As long as she has no deep expertise in AI, like our 3 new women watching directors headline of the week. I'm sorry.
That one was hard. That one was hard.
I don't even know what I'm saying here. Here's the joke, Matt. What I'm trying to say is that the State Department is warning about the dangers of AI, and yet the new 3 women appointed at OpenAI have absolutely no expertise in AI, unlike the 2 women who were fired for doing their jobs appropriately.
Yeah, who are actual AI experts.
And here's the headline that prompted that stupid joke. State Department commissioned report warns AI could be an extinction-level threat.
Good.
Let me tell you quickly about the new women they appointed to the board at OpenAI, to appease Grandmaster Sam Altman. Here they are. Instacart CEO Fiji Simo. She was the former VP of video games and monetization at Facebook. She has an MBA.
I don't know why you're poo-pooing this, because how else are they going to get their groceries?
Lawyer Nicole Seligman, she was formerly of Sony. She defended Oliver North back in the Iran-Contra hearings.
I hear a lot of Sam Altman, Ollie North.
And Sue Desmond Hellman, the former CEO of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. She's a medical doctor who was the president of product development at Genentech. These are the 3 people. They know nothing about AI and know nothing about the potential threats that could form an extinction-level event, according to the State Department. They know nothing about that stuff.
I love though, that
nothing.
the former CEO of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is going to be managing the Microsoft investment in
Why? Is there a
Altman's
connection between
OpenAI.
Bill Gates and Microsoft that I'm not aware of?
Think so, but I'd have to check the records.
This is oversight. And finally, in our Who Needs the Onion When You Have Real Life headline of the week. This is a crazy one. CEO dies when her Tesla drives into a pond.
Yikes.
Now, Matt,
I don't like that.
This is a crazy story. This is Angela Chow, who is the CEO of a Chinese shipping firm called Foremost Group. She's the youngest sister of Elaine Chao, the wife of Senator Mitch McConnell. Yes, this all happened.
I remember when she died, yeah.
And they're reporting that one of the reasons why she died is because her Tesla, was submerged in a pond, and because Tesla creates cars with windows that are almost impossible to break underwater because Elon Musk is constantly paranoid and all his cars have like bulletproof glass or something. She was unable to, you're unable to kick through the window if a Tesla is submerged. Also, they have a hidden mechanical door pull because Tesla likes to hide important emergency releases and stuff. Why? Because deregulation doesn't force you to do these things, and Elon Musk doesn't care about these things. And anyway, I just thought I wanted to point out this crazy story.
Like this
is just a crazy story. One of the craziest CEO Tesla stories I've ever seen.
Don't hear a lot of CEOs' death by car in pond. That's not normal.
I'm calling this one suicide by deregulation.
All right, on that happy note, let's move on to my final.
This is just my mood today.
My final few.
Yeah,
in our Elon.
Oh, nice segue.
Currently autocorrects to a-hole. What's the problem again? Headline of the week. I Am Not a Typo campaign urges tech giants to correct their autocorrect systems in the name of inclusivity.
Hey, can I applaud this one? As a person who has two names that constantly get autocorrected, why can't these stupid systems just learn a bunch of proper names? Why is that hard to feed in? It doesn't have to be just the top 11 white names like John and Matt, no offense. Why can't they feed in a bunch of names like Damien and whatever else?
Well, that just sounds woke to me, but they did.
Is it really that hard to find the records of first names?
The campaign is happening largely in the UK, where like you have names all over the spectrum, and they said that 40% of children in the UK's names autocorrect to something else.
Yeah, of course, because they allow non-white people to live in that country.
That doesn't even consider American names.
I mean, how does it work in these coding rooms? Is it just like, hey, think of some names? What about John? Okay, John.
Well,
Bob. Bob works.
What percentage of the coders are not named John, Gus, Paul, and Tim?
Well,
right?
I would love that data. I would love that data.
That's the data we're talking about.
Yeah.
In our Hey Ma.
Oh, I like it. Good. He's back.
The Jews are worse than China.
Oh.
Tell Dad. Headline of the week. Trump says without TikTok, Facebook and Zuckerschmuck will double their business.
You know, I tried for like a half hour to craft a good joke about this story, and it just depressed me for a straight half hour. He also called Facebook enemy of the people. I mean, this is straight out of the Hitler code book. No,
yeah,
I mean, this is crazy.
But you know what I love about this? That we only talk about TikTok in that way, and finally, someone is using like dictatorial language about like Zuckerberg.
Okay.
Except they lace it with anti-Semitism. But let's get past.
I mean, do we have to call him the enemy of the people? And we have to focus only on Zuckerberg?
Just get past the anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
And go into the fact that we are making equal TikTok and Zuckerberg. They are both states.
I guess the backstory is that this is a man, the former President Donald Trump, who formerly who wanted to ban TikTok, but supposedly met with some billionaires who invest with TikTok a few days ago and then suddenly changed his mind. So
yeah, it's shocking. It's shocking.
Yeah.
In our Linda Alvarado, who was on the 3M board for 17 years and on the nomination committee, announces her friend Greg Swinton from the Lennox board really loved sitting on the L3 Harris board with William Brown, so they hired him. Headline of the week, 3M to appoint William Brown as CEO.
Matt, we've obviously been running a company together for far too long because this is another headline that I worked on for 20 minutes. I went into our data set. I went into our platform. I was trying to construct a joke with, there's another director on the 3M board named Ted Brown. And this is Bill Brown. I was trying to create some, because they only have 3 women, but they have 2 men with the last name of Brown. I was trying to construct some clever joke, and I failed, so I gave up.
Well, I'll say this. The 3M board is one of the most connected boards in our entire database. Those are people just in board interlocks who know everyone they're an American royalty board. So as soon as I saw that Bill Brown was announced as CEO, I thought, he must be 100% connected to somebody at 3M. There's no other way.
Yeah, and also Blackrock, head of stewardship. I know you're resource constrained, but so you could maybe replace a couple of your dullard team with our data set. You'd also learn that men named Brown now have more influence on the board of 3M than all the women combined.
Oh, good.
Yeah, men named Brown. That'd be a good name for the company, actually.
In our Sam Altman responded,
"Ooh,
that definitely wasn't me." Headline of the week, AI company defends robot after it's accused of groping a woman on camera.
Yet another headline that I tried to make a joke of, and then I watched the video of this, and I got super depressed, and I passed.
I did not hit play on the video. I just couldn't. I couldn't.
It's strange. Yeah, it's strange. The robot actually lifts the back of the woman's jacket. It's really odd. It's creepy.
I wanted to use this as my segue into my last one. Let's wrap the show up.
Well, can I just say one thing before you segue? Is that this is what the man in charge of this robot said. He said that the incident represented no deviations from expected behavior. He's basically saying, hello, world, these things are programmed by men. What do you expect? You think it's going to not harass women and it's not going to destroy the world?
I love that Trump is making Zuckerberg like China, and man who runs AI company is saying AI robots are going to be freaking asshole men. That's what they're going to be. I like that.
Yeah, go ahead. Segue away.
Let's finish this out with, in our Sam Altman rejoins the OpenAI board, responds, that one definitely might be me. Headline of the week. State Department commissioned report warns AI could be an extinction level threat. I use the same headline as you.
Yeah.
But you see how the one before this wasn't Sam Altman? I actually struggled because Sam Altman is an out gay man. He just got married. And I was like, can I make some joke that isn't hideous about like, well, Sam Altman's not out there groping women.
This is not about Sam Altman. I'm not necessarily anti-Sam Altman, but what I'm anti is a structure that doesn't provide oversight of its CEO, which is required in its bylaws because the bylaws predicted that AI might fucking destroy the planet. So we better be careful about this.
Because somehow I do not trust Sue Desmond-Hellman, the former CEO of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, to oversee Sam Altman's extinction-level AI event.
Or how about a lawyer who worked at Sony?
Well, it's true. I mean, but she did defend Oliver North from extinction-level events.
Yeah.
That's it. That was a
lively event.
Lively, understated.
I guess we're not resource constrained because we still managed to do our show.
Blackrock, by the way, we cover 9,500 companies with 30 data points on every single director, 220,000 directors with 4 people. So talk about resource constraints.
Yeah, and if you're having a problem with some of your staff, maybe they're just kind of creeping you out or something, get rid of them. Hire us as consultants. You could probably save money. You could pocket even more resources for something else, for a big pizza party or something.
We know
hire
that
us.
The former Instacart CEO is no longer on your engagement team because she just got the job at OpenAI on the board. So why don't you replace her with us? That's all we're saying. That's it. That's Hazelnut Rallis. I am your analyst, Matt Muscardi. We are Free Float. We will be back on Thursday. Proxy Countdown. It might be the biggest proxy countdown of the year.
Oh, no. Who are we covering?
We are covering Disney.
Oh, no.
In the Tryon Blackwell's Disney threesome. It's the proxy orgy. Is what it is.
It's too much.
And then on Friday, we'll be back with another wrap of the week. Until
Ari the
then,
Data Queen. Yeah.
With Ari the Data Queen. Until then, goodbye.